Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We have both the Super Saiyan 2 EZAs dropped today, and we're going to be starting with the Goku. We do have 3 dupes, not quite rainbowed, but still going to be very good nonetheless. He is at level 10 links, he's ready to go. We do only have him on Fat Boost 200% lead. I'm missing the likes of the Carnival LR Strength Gohan from Worldwide. I'm missing AGL SSJ3 Goku. So my only option is Fat Boo. But however, in a couple days time, when Carnival LR SSJ3 Gotenks does drop, we're going to have another 200% lead for Goku once again. So we actually have a pretty decent rotation for him. We have him with the AGL SSJ3 Goku along with Kid Boo's support. So we're sitting on a 510k attack stat, 276k defense, and let's get Goku some orbs. So in terms of his passive, he is starting with Ki +2, attack and defense plus 150, does have a 50% chance to dodge, which is always nice. He will gain more defense, which goes up to 120% the more HP remaining. So we have the full amount of defense we could possibly get, of course, considering it's turn 1. Then, if HP is 50% or more, he does have a chance to evade plus 20%. So right now, since we're above 50% HP, of course, we do have a 70% chance to dodge, which is always very handy in difficult content. Now, what's going to be his turn 1 numbers? 12.2 mil. Now, that's decent. 12.2 mil with a 7.7 mil crit. He even pulled out the dodge as well. Only the 1, but 12.2 million. That's decent. That was also a lot of damage, but that's decent. We actually took a ton of damage. Jesus. That's good. 12 mil when he hasn't even transformed yet. Honestly, you can't knock that, because that is really good. It would have been nice if he did another one, but still, 12.2 mil to start with. He does gain more attack boost up to 120, the less HP remaining. So this actually kind of does work out well for us. So before you transform, even though transformation conditions are only, what, turn 3? If you do lose a bit of HP, you can actually do some good damage with Goku while he's in Super Saiyan 2. That's before you drop down below 50% HP. Now, afterwards, you got to be looking at, like, what, 15 million, and he hasn't even transformed. But then if his HP is at 50% or less, he does gain a 20% chance to crit as well. He will randomly change Ki Spheres of a certain type to Rainbow Ki Spheres when there is another Majin Buu Saga category ally attacking in the same turn, or a Majin Buu Saga category enemy. The full team is Majin Buu Saga, especially with the more recent buffs or category additions with, say, all the units, but primarily SSJ3 Strength Goku, Trunks and Goten, who we're using now. Majin Buu Saga is even more packed out than it already was, especially with this whole celebration adding to it. And now, of course, going to be soon Carnival LR SSJ3 Gotenks. He then also gains a 50% chance to crit with a Rainbow Ki Sphere obtained, which is kind of easy to do. Considering we're on a full Majin Buu Saga category team, we always have a Majin Buu Saga category ally with us, which means he always orb changes, which means there's always bound to be at least one singular Rainbow Ki Sphere, which is all he needs to get his 50% chance to crit. Now, if you get 3 or more Ki Spheres, which is exactly what we're going to do, he does gain an additional 120% attack and defense as well. Stats still looking pretty solid, even without Kid Buu there. And then on super attack, he does raise attack and defense by 30%. So I would like some additionals while he's in Super Saiyan 2. He doesn't have any built in, which is a shame, but it's not a problem. My SSJ2 Goku's hidden potential build was kind of done a while ago, as you could probably imagine. So I probably want to put some additionals on him with some skill orbs just to have them there. 12.82 mil. An additional maybe? I think he has like 8, 9 additional. Can we get one? We did. 13.3 million. See, early doors before he transforms, the main thing you're going to want from this Goku, well, one thing you're definitely going to be getting is damage. It's a shame it's only going to be one super attack, maybe one extra if the potential system kicks in. But what you're going to want to do from him is you take that damage, which again, pre-transformation, that's good damage. Especially with all the crit chance built in as well, that's good damage. But the other thing you want from him is you just want him to dodge, which is definitely doable. Of course, 70% chance isn't guaranteed. There's always going to be that 30% he doesn't actually dodge. However, that's pretty much in Super Saiyan 2 what you're going to want from Goku. You're going to want that solid damage, but for primarily when it comes to difficult content, you're just going to want him to dodge. You want him to get his hits in, get his licks in, do the good damage, and dodge. So you're definitely going to want to maintain your HP while using him, which is definitely doable, especially if you have a combination of a Majin Buu Saga team. You know, you bring a couple Buu units along with you. There's some healing there. You know, you have tanky units on this team, especially the new EZA Tech Majin Vegeta, who of course we will be doing in a video later on. Because of course, don't forget, they can go in the same team. If you really wanted to, and this is no slight on Goku, but to really keep him safe early on and utilize the dodge and keep as much HP as possible so he keeps all of that full dodge chance, you could kind of leave him in slot 3 for a bit. We have got him transformed. As I said, his transformation conditions are always amazing. They're always very good. Facing one enemy whose HP is 50% or more, starting from the 3rd turn. So you can get him out into Super Saiyan 3 very, very quickly. So now he is in Super Saiyan 3. He will greatly raise attack and defense by 50% for one turn. Does also have a 70% chance to stun, but we're not going to be able to do that here. Does have Ki +3 and attack and defense plus 200% right now. Has a 50% chance to dodge even still. Our stats are now a 553k attack stat, 289k defense. The health boost combined with, or the HP correlating to your defense boost still applies, except the more HP remaining, the more defense boost you get is now 150% rather than 120. And if HP is 50% or more, which we have full health, so it is, we do get an extra 30% chance to dodge now. So instead of 70, we have 80. So I am actually going to take the risk. We are also getting 4 rainbow key spheres. And all we needed was a maximum of 3 to get an extra 133% attack and defense. So I'm going to hope that 80% chance to dodge does kick in, which it is. Again, no. Quite a lot on a normal, but to be expected. Doesn't have guard or damage reduction. 14.4 million attack stat. He also keeps his built-in crit. So he's going to do good damage. I mean, he does have type advantage here as well. Another 50%, 15.4. I saw that. Goku's good. Goku is good. Goku is pretty much a high damage, high risk character. Kind of like UI, just not as high numbers. It's pretty much just, we want you to dodge and we want you to do as much as possible. But if you do get hit, there's probably a big chance he will get you killed, unfortunately. But that's kind of what to be expect. Like, he is pretty much a what it says on the tin type unit of you want him to dodge and you want him to get his hits in, which is do 14, 15 million attack stats with all that built-in crit chance, do a big chunk of damage to the enemy's health bar, hopefully get some additionals in here and there, and then you just want him to dodge. I think R3 super attacks, especially once he's in Super Saiyan 3, with the 50% attack and defense he's getting on Super, especially if he does multiple, normals, for the most part, should be okay. I think all of the hardest hitting supers, you definitely want him to avoid. But he still has his attack boost, the less HP remaining, which now goes up to 150, the greater the attack boost. And then if HP is 50% or less, you do get an extra 30% chance to crit. Keeps his orb changing as long as there's a Majin Buu Saga category ally or enemy. And then a chance to crit plus 70% with a rainbow key sphere obtained. So as I said, Goku is pretty much a high risk, high reward character of, we want you to get your hits in, we want you to do that big amount of damage, especially with all of that crit chance, because that's going to do a lot of damage, just pure to the health bar, pretty much. And then we just want you to dodge. So it's good, it works, and dodge is very good in difficult content, obviously. But then there's that small asterisk of, if he does get hit, if a super attack does hit him, he will die. He will die. Now, the good thing is he does have a guaranteed additional, and all attacks are guaranteed to be crits as long as you have 6 or more key spheres, which the rainbow orb change is going to help him do that. So again, ton of damage. Hope he dodges. Happy days. If he doesn't, normals, as I said in Super Saiyan 3, should be good. Super attacks, I think all the hardest hitting enemies in the game will probably kill him. Maybe one might leave you alive a little bit of HP. But this is what you get with high damage dodge characters. High risk, high reward. But overall, I like him. He is solid. I mean, I can't wait to try out Margin Vegeta. I mean, that is a rotation you could consider doing on a Margin Buu Saga category team. Have him in slot 1, then have this Goku in slot 2. But he's very good. He's very, very solid. I think just because of how good Margin Vegeta looks, definitely eclipses him, which I'm completely fine with. But overall, this Goku is good. You just have to be very careful with him and hope and pray RNG is on your side. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.